Colorado Springs, Colorado. True to form, President Obama once again saw the opportunity to promote his anti-gun agenda, this time following the shooting spree at the Planned Parenthood facility on Friday, declaring, "Enough is enough. This is not normal. We can't let it become normal. If Americans truly care, then we have to do something about the easy accessibility of weapons of war on our streets to people who have no business wielding them. The last thing Americans should have to do is comfort the families of people killed by gun violence, and yet, 2 days after Thanksgiving, that's what we are forced to do again." The president admitted that he didn't know what motivated Robert Louis Deere, the 57-year-old suspect from North Carolina, to enter the facility on Friday morning and start shooting. He didn't know why he fired on Ozy Licano, who was leaving the clinic's parking lot and narrowly escaped serious injury when 2 rounds punched holes in his windshield as he was trying to escape. He didn't know why Deere holed up in the clinic for hours, engaging in an off-and-on gun battle with police. He didn't know why he shot and killed a member of the University of Colorado Springs Police Department who, along with dozens of other officers, drove to the scene to help neutralize the attacker. He didn't know why Deere apparently shot and killed 2 victims inside the clinic while wounding 9 more. He didn't know why Deere decided, after 5 hours, to give himself up to the police to end the siege. He didn't know what may have been in some satchels that Deere left behind at the scene. But he knew what was at fault. Deere opened fire with an assault weapon that forced fear upon more Americans and their families. Mainstream media such as the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal also didn't know what motivated Deere to launch his attack, but they were full of conjecture, wrote Times journals Julie Tukowitz and Jack Healy. Officials from both law enforcement and Planned Parenthood said they did not know whether the group's Colorado Springs center had been specifically targeted. But the attack carried echoes of other violent assaults on abortion providers. Since abortion became legal, many abortion clinics and staff members across the country have been subjected to harassment, including death and bomb threats, and hundreds of acts of violence including arson, bombings and assaults, and 8 murders, according to figures compiled by NARAL Pro-Choice America Foundation. The Wall Street Journal were only slightly less certain that Deere's attack was motivated by hatred for abortion. The motive for the assault, and whether the clinic was the target, was unclear. Abortion clinics have been targets of bombings in the past. Deere's attack might have been motivated by revelations that Planned Parenthood was selling baby parts for profit. In recent months, protesters have gathered outside clinics after undercover video from a pro-life group showed a Planned Parenthood official discussing reimbursements for supplying fetal tissue for medical research. Planned Parenthood's regional director Vicky Cowart knew what no one else knew: the attack was motivated by terrorists and extremists. "We don't yet know the full circumstances and motives behind this criminal action, and we don't yet know if Planned Parenthood was in fact the target of this attack. But we share the concerns of many Americans that extremists are creating a poisonous environment that feeds domestic terrorism in this country. We will never back away from providing care in a safe, supportive environment that millions of people rely on and trust." The Planned Parenthood clinic in Colorado Springs conducts abortions on Mondays and Tuesdays, and counseling and advice the other days of the week. At the time of Friday's attack, there were an estimated 50 advisors providing counseling to about 100 customers. On Friday, most of them escaped with their lives. On Mondays and Tuesdays, however, unborn babies entering the facility do not leave alive. Commentary from the mainstream media and the president ignored that tragedy altogether, preferring to focus instead on their own agendas.